Hello, and welcome to another episode of Imperial Galactic Survival with your Addled dose of insanity, Akiva. Now, last weekend I said that I didn't know what I was going to be working on. And so I had a look at my project folder this week, and, well, I came up with this thing. Now, it is currently labeled as, let me get the filters right here. It is currently labeled as something. I guess I could. Zulu Echo is what it's labeled as. Now, this was another attempt at the same concept that I had over here for the Shard Ripper, and creating a strike craft that would just zip in and zip out, be a bomber type of thing, or just sit in front of a POI, let the turrets obliterate it, and get in, get out. Now, I want something slightly different for this. So, while that one is focused on ground combat, I want this to be focused on torpedo combat. You know, those reforged torpedoes where you just go in and you just unleash torpedoes on the enemy. Yeah, that's what I wanted this thing to, that's what I want this thing to be. And I want it to look decent as well. Sorry, readjusting my headset because it decided to fall off my head. And, yeah. This is where I am with it. Currently, I have the 4 GATs in the front. They're currently placeholders for the heavy lasers, the reforged heavy lasers. You have 8 placeholder turrets right here. Again, just placeholders. And there's going to be 2 in the back for drone defense. So, if I put this here and we put it here, and I don't know, I'll put these here as placeholders. That way we have a idea of what the CPU allotment's going to be. Now, I wasn't sure what I was going to do with this thing, so we're just going to go ahead and work on it and see what happens, and go from there. So first off, I am going to turn on symmetry plane, which I should have done earlier. And I'm going to copy that block again. And instead of using that block, also, I just want to make apologies for the poor quality of the voice lately, like my voice quality lately, and the quality of the videos lately. I mean, not the quality of the videos, but the poor quality of just like my voice in the videos, because I'm currently in a space that is very echoey, so it's worse. I also can't figure out how to get music to work for whatever reason in OBS, because it's just being stupid. But hopefully when I move, that'll all get sorted. I am currently still in a temporary living situation, so yeah, that's not great. But yeah, that should get sorted soon. Just doing the typical, just place blocks. I'm currently making a decision right now to see what do I want to do with this. Do I actually want to keep it like this, or do I want to do something fun with it? You know, just like, do I keep it like this, or do I do something fun with it? Anyways, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, I'm just gonna copy that block because, come on, rotate how I want you. Thank you. I can always replace you later. There we go, that's what I wanted. Alright, so now I want that in a steel block, so I'll just go back in. Do. There we go. Doesn't really work very well there, but that's fine. Let's come at this problem, this shaping problem, from another angle. Oh, okay, that's what I need to do there. Okay, yeah, sometimes just eliminate variables. Because I want this sort of bridge. Looks like there's a little bit of a bridge looking over there for the moment, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that, but whatever. Four more spaces for guns, that's what I like to see. Wow, that's looking good. Again, working backward from an idea. Did not mean to do that, but oh well. Trying to incorporate these exhaust ports into the build right now, and I'm not gonna lie, it's annoying the heck out of me. Just how clunky it feels. Alright, so this thing is not going to have much internal room, per se. It's just going to use a regular cockpit. It's not going to have an internal one because it just takes up so much space. And as you can see there, it takes up the majority of the internal space. I need to put in a warp drive. That's all there is to it. I have to put in a warp drive on this thing, so it's going to have to turn into an asymmetrical from this area on. So I'm gonna need a SV warp drive. I already have the Pentax. I'm going to need a standard shield generator because, well, standard is standard. I was gonna make a joke there, but apparently not. The cargo controllers are not installed yet, and that is on purpose. I'll deal with them in a bit. I want to put them further back, but I want to link them. I want to link them with multiple. I'll show that in a minute. And they're just going to be ammunition controllers as usual, so I'll go ahead and grab those. Going to need a long-range radar. Already have that. I'm good. LCD screens later. Now, another thing is that there is no up and down thrust right now. None whatsoever. There's no side to side either. And that is because I need to do what I did here and put it on the rear end. Because that's where the torque comes from. What's the output for this? Force 346 versus oh, that's a lot more. Okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and use those because yeah, reasons. Jump drive, standard shield generator check. Huh, okay. Those are the ones I want. I like using these for the simple reason that they look decent and they have the ability to boost. And I'm going to put them in clusters of 2 so that they don't blow each other up. I really shouldn't be doing shaping around them at the moment, but you know what? I'm not too worried about it. The more I look at this, the more I'm just looking at myself. I'm just thinking in the back of my head, what the heck are you thinking? Putting the warp drive next to the CPU components, I never do that. And I think what I was thinking there for a second was just, oh, it'll be fine. If the warp drive goes, you're screwed anyways. And no, you're not. So, yeah, I was just looking at that, and I was like, yeah, no, let's not do that. Now, just remember that the warp drive is targetable. And the reason I'm separating the CPU components and putting them all in a cluster like this is because, well, first off, you don't want them blowing up you don't want them blowing up when the warp drive blows up, so just put them in a cluster separate. And also, that's, is that steel? Did I use steel there? Yeah, I used steel there. Okay, that needs to be hardened steel around the warp drive. Might help if I turn on symmetry plane. What was I saying? I forgot. That's typical. Anyways, what I was thinking is that, well, come on, rotate. And of course that's off center too. Yeah, whatever. What I'm thinking is that you don't want you may not want these things to like blow up, but at the same time, the warp drive, if it goes, you can craft another one or you can spawn another one in. But the pentaxid tank might be the deciding factor, because if you have a backup warp drive in the factory, then, well, you can just spawn it in with a core and put a warp drive, slap your warp drive on. But if you lose your pentaxid to get out of the sector after attacking a CV, then you're really screwed, because then you have to go to like a planet, or hope you get lucky with some wreck or salvage to get the pentaxid enough to warp to another sector that has more, or station service, or whatever. Anyways, I've been in that situation where I'm just like, I have everything. I can spawn in a new ship. I just don't, and I can get the fuel. I just don't have the pentaxid because that got blown up. And it's not a good feeling when that happens. So for the moment, I'm just gonna leave this sandwich of doom. Yeah, I'm calling it the sandwich of doom, just right here, and I will put on it some like critical item storage. Now, just be aware that these things, it doesn't really matter which one you pick, because they all have the same amount of hit points for the most part. Okay, anything else critical that I need to be putting in here? No, I'm good. Okay. Now, I am going to cut the build video short today. And the reasons being, yes, I have to have more than one, is A, it's been a long day. And this is the third time I've tried to record this. B, let's just say that I don't know where I'm going with this project right now, so I'm gonna have to think on it. I've got the shape, I've got the components and everything, I just don't know what I'm doing with it. So I'm gonna leave it here. Also, a few channel notes. A few notes about the channel and the upcoming schedule. Some of you may have noticed that I missed last week's Addled building. By the way, this is the end of the building section, so if you want to tune out, feel free to do so. Thank you for watching. Now, the rest of this video is going to be update notes on channel, Discord, everything. So, if you want to stick around, please do. I thank you for the extra watch time, but don't feel obligated to do it. Now, channel updates. I really should just should have notes for this. But anyways, thank you for everybody for your subscribe, for being a subscriber and leaving all your wonderful comments. Even those of you that didn't leave wonderful comments, thank you for the comment. I am currently at 55 subscribers, which is a nice, very nice, yeah, you can tell I'm tired. Thank you. I'm just gonna say that. Thank you. It's very much appreciated. Also, just hit 5,000 watch hours. Not 5,000 watch hours. 5,000 views on the channel. That's wonderful. Thank you guys. Share it with your friends. A couple of things that I have noticed on YouTube lately is nothing bad. I have noticed that typos seem to be embraced by YouTube for whatever reason. If you want to know what I mean there, go into my Discord. Go into the Discord. There'll be a link below. And I put out a post recently where I made 2 typos, and for some reason, the YouTube algorithm boosted, like, over boosted the videos by 300%, by 3,000% and 5,000% based on a typo. Now, if you're interested in figuring out what those typos were, again, take a look at the Discord. But as Kyle Hill said, and I'm not going to directly quote him here because I don't feel like confident I can do, he said something to the effect of, with so many bots on the internet, it's better to be yourself. Don't worry about being a perfectionist, autocorrecting everything, making everything grammatically correct. Be yourself. And that's going to stand out more than perfect grammar bots. Anyways, I like that. I've dealt with some grammar, I've dealt with Grammarly, and it does have a recognizable writing style for those of you that do writing, and yeah. So something. Anyways, channel notes. I think that's it for channel notes. Oh right. Reminder that Discord has, like, the Discord has perks. There are perks to the Discord. Even if you just join the Discord, you will get access after the verification period of 2 weeks. You will get access, no, not 2 weeks. After the verification period of being in that Discord for a month, you will get access to custom blueprints that I have cultivated, and they are free blueprints that you can download that are just refits of workshop designs that I have spent, on average, several hours to several days refitting workshop items to turn it into something that I am happy to use. Okay? And then I share these blueprints with you guys. So, yeah. And then there is also free merchandise, such as like desktop backgrounds for your tablet, GEI themed stuff that are free. And then there are also Patreon rewards that have custom ships, such as the Shiling here. This is a T2 Patreon reward. I haven't touched on advertising rewards recently, so that's what's going to be the rest of this video. Now, this is well, I can actually just go in and show it to you because I'm currently on the save with it. That is what this thing is. And the reason I have it back here in the background is because I like to show it off. And you get this blueprint for becoming a T2 patron. And this is a reforged blueprint. You got room for all your arrays, upgrade it. The internals are wonderful. You've got an LX2 with the main bridge being a sniping bridge. You've got all your living stuff here. So you have your O2 here. The quick access is a ramp for reasons. You got your medical, you got your armor and armor locker and your repair station right there together. Fridge, food processor, a force field here to make sure that this place is airtight and pressurized, as well as the back's pressurized too, but I like to divide them up wherever I can. Divide the compartments up wherever I can. You've got your warp drive that you can access here. Well, I mean, you gotta pick up the glass to access it, but it is what it is, okay? It's not perfect. You'll be able to see your LX2 when you install it. Going down here, you have your actual core is back here, and then there is a shield generator right there, and there's a fusion reactor behind the core, which is I'm not worried about that. And the reason I'm not worried about that is because there is combat steel all around that core. There's combat steel all around that, so the worst that's going to happen is you get your... Well, look at this. I mean, come on. There's a huge amount of like thrusters and other things that's going to go boom before it even hits that fusion reactor or the warp core over here. And the same on the top. You're going to hit the LX2 before you... Or you're going to hit the clump of Xeno before you hit the warp drive. So anyways, typical GEI redundancy. You have your in-space jetpack elevator here. You have elevators on either side that go all the way up, or nearly all the way up. The stairs will take you the rest of the way up. You've got your bottom sniping bridge that has 2 entries so that you can get down, so you can bug out quickly, or if you prefer being underneath it on planets, you have that option too. Anyways, it's just a great build. It's something that I spent a lot of time on. It's a face hugger. It's part of the face hugger family, where it will go up to a Tovera and it will face hug it and use the LX2 to just take out the core. So this does what the Aurora, the Shadow of Hijara, and the Eternal Darkness do. They will face hug Toveras and then decore them. Now, please remember that there are new versions of the Tovera coming out with RE2 for whatever reason. I've got my own thoughts, and I've got my own thoughts on that. No. Anyways, I'm not gonna get into that. But for Reforged 1, it works gloriously. And it has a lot of Reforged specific blocks, such as like having the LX2 there, having all of these solar panels and these custom shaping blocks. So you've got some of those Reforged blocks there, as well as just all the space for turrets. Sit there, eat Toveras. Simple as that. Now, this is just the 2-2 reward. There will be other rewards listed on Patreon, such as access to BPs, so that you can actually see them before I put them on the workshop. All of my Patreon tiers get access to that perk, where I have a special channel called Supporters Cafe in the Discord that you get access to no matter what Patreon tier you are, and I will be putting blueprints and designs in there before they go live on the workshop, and I will ask you guys, hey, can you download this? Can you take it into survival? Can you see if I missed anything? Did I forget the ammo controller? Did I forget to put a cockpit in, like an actual control station in? Did I forget to, I don't know, add a warp drive? Are there some texture issues? Things like that. Because I want you guys to see this stuff before I see it. Because I don't want to put out a workshop and then have to do several updates, because I've done that before, and I prefer people live testing it, and that's why I live test my own stuff. Now, all that being said, I hope you enjoy this video. I'm gonna go ahead and log out because I'm falling asleep here and I'm stumbling over my words, as you can probably tell. So I wish you a wonderful day. Remember to be kind to your fellow humans. Remember that building a brick isn't a bad thing in Empyrean. It just means that It just means that you have room to improve, or perhaps you build a brick because, well, a brick is exactly what you need. You are pure practical. You have a pure practical build style, or you like board cubes. Nothing wrong with any of that. Remember, have a good day. Be nice to your fellow humans. I'm repeating myself. This has been Akeva-Banshee. Banshee out.